Yo, what's going on, fellas? How is everybody doing on this great Monday morning here of Winning Bets? We're giving out some free sports picks where we get to talk some sports and talk some sports betting to have a whole lot of fun along the way. We're, of course, coming into a Monday here. So what did you guys do over this past weekend? I hope you guys had a fantastic time. We officially kicked off the holiday season here in Chicago. Saturday night was the Lights Parade down Michigan Avenue. So, yeah, we braved the cold, got on out there and watched that entire parade and had a nice, fantastic party before it and a good parade there on Saturday night. So I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend as well. Let's, of course, jump on into this recap. We got to recap NFL action from yesterday. We got to recap what happened in all of last week, and we're coming in feeling damn good, guys. We just got a good cash this morning to start off our day, start off our week. England on that first half money line. They won that first half 3-0, and seems like a lot of us on Twitter were hammering that over. I just kept going back in and be like, all right, I'll just spend this profit. And they came through. They just kept getting goals. So, wow, what an electric and fantastic start, obviously, to this morning. Speaking about those live goals, though, we want to do what I'm pointing out. We've been talking now for, what's it been, like a solid month now of if we see a game pre-match that we see goals in and you get to the first half and it gets to be live or plus money at over 0.5, just go ahead and bet it. Twitter's got this thing called notifications. Those are going to start being real bets. So if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. And if you're interested in following any live bets, primarily in soccer, of live betting these overs in the first half, make sure you turn on notifications because those will start to become unofficial bets. We've just been doing great here the last month. We've been talking about it on Twitter, talking about it on YouTube, sharing the fun and the excitement. It's time to start making those official bets so everybody can start putting money in their pocket. So, all right, guys, with that being said, though, let's go ahead and jump on into first the NFL recap. As always, we always make sure we start off with the NFL recap, so we'll throw that up on the screen. Ravens, Giants, moneyline parlay did not come home for the people. Ravens, 13-3 over the Panthers. That's it? At home? That's all you can do against the Panthers, and the Giants, they get tripped up by the Lions at home, so that can't come through for us. Under 39 points in that Rams and Saints game. Kind of was like, right on course, kind of like all game, and then Saints really turned it up there in the end, getting a couple touchdowns and going over. But we did get under 41.5 points in Raiders and Broncos. That one was so goddamn good. Overtime couldn't even ruin that bet for us. Yeah, touchdown and overtime, and we still stayed under 41.5 points. So love to see that one right there. Bills first half team total over 14.5 points did not cash. You know the reason why that bet cashed? And had nothing to do with the snow. Had nothing to do with the Bills game being relocated to Detroit. They decided the first two series of that game, they didn't need to give any help to Deion Dawkins on Myles Garrett. Yeah, elite pass rusher in the NFL, Myles Garrett, and they just were going to let Deion Dawkins go one-on-one for the first two series. Well, he got a sack, a couple tackles for loss, and completely wreaked havoc, and the Bills wasted two drives. Third drive, what did they start doing? They would send the tight end on motion, and he would sit on the left-hand side, or the running back would come up and start chipping Myles Garrett. One of those two things, and then they started getting points. Just, I don't know. What is the Bills coaching staff doing? Thinking you can go to a game and not give any help to Deion Dawkins on Myles Garrett. So, yeah, shitty coaching plan cost us that bet. Unreal right there. Adam Thielen over 46.5 yards. Hell, watched the game on Red Zone like you guys did and was like, yeah, Cowboys running it up. Vikings going to have to throw. Well, they call it throwing plays, but they couldn't get anything done. Credit that defensive secondary, the Dallas, but more that defensive line. Kirk Cousins throws the ball for 105 yards. I mean, that's it? 105 yards? Whoa. I was giddy because I thought that bet was going to cash based on, kind of how that game was unfolding. And again, you knew the Vikings were going to have to throw the ball, but holy cow, they couldn't get anything done right there. And then the backups came in for mop-up duty. And, well, Thielen's not a backup. He's a starter, so he wasn't on there for mop-up duty. So that one fell short. But we did hit Melvin Gordon over 9.5 receiving yards. And I went back and looked up my spreadsheet. That's the fifth time we've cashed that bet this season. 4 times with Melvin Gordon and 1 time with Latavius Murray. The Broncos love their running backs coming out of the backfield, and anytime we get them against a team that is poor at defending the running back position from a receiving standpoint, we've taken that bet. We've gotten 5 cashes, and one of them was yesterday with Melvin Gordon going over 9.5 receiving yards. So, yeah, as you can see, it wasn't the greatest day yesterday in the NFL, but damn, did we have an absolutely good week. Such a good week that we're going to get to ring that cash register, boys. How about plus 6.88 units last week? Love to see that right there. Now you guys can see right there, year to date, we're knocking on the door to plus 100 units at 99 units so far made in 2022. Let's get that cash register rung for that. That's what I'm talking about right there. You can thank last week's profits to the start of Monday going 0-3 because I was getting my coins back. And we started off Tuesday betting those NBA teasers at 3 units a clip. Put in 5 of those, cashed 4. 4 of the 5 3-unit NBA teasers were good to us and came home in cash. NBA over-unders were good to us in general. We went 5-2 just cashing straight plays there on the NBA over-unders. What about De'Aaron Fox? Remember we took his assist, we laddered it and got a good move, and one of those was a 3-unit cash. Then we faded his points and also got a cash there. DeAndre Hunter under his points against the Boston Celtics, which are so goddamn good at defending that small forward position. He stayed under 15.5 points. What about Damian Lillard? A 2-unit cash right here. 2-unit cash with Damian Lillard. He went over his assist. And then Vujic on that double-double on Friday. Got a first half cash with the double-double there. Love to see that. Our World Cup kicked off with a cash. Qatar versus Ecuador under 2.5. I know we lost that first half, but that was actually the first bet we gave out in the World Cup. So we're going to start it off with the cash right there. And then again, Raiders, Broncos under 41.5 points. Mentioned some of those losses from last week. 0-3 on Monday. The Eagles tripped us up. A tease line in the NBA tripped us up. Jalen Hurts couldn't go over his receiving yards. Was not good to us there on Monday at all. So bonus, we tried to ladder his rebounds. He didn't go over his rebounds. 3-unit loss right there. See, we had a great week. You win 6.88 units and you had 2 3-unit losses. Damn, we were on fire last week. Aaron Jones over 22.5 receiving yards Thursday night. I mean, caught 6 balls, had all the chances in the world, just couldn't quite halfway break one. Didn't he full on break one? Just couldn't a halfway break one. Just couldn't quite get us through there. Ravens, Giants, moneyline parlay, mentioned that one. And Bills first half team total. But just a terrible coaching staff to not give any help to Deion Dawkins on an elite pass rusher in the NFL, Myles Garrett. Just a dumb decision by that coaching staff. Let's jump in this comment section, see what you guys are up to. And then let's get on into some bets. What's up, Jason? What's up, my man? Oh, yeah, and they also never threw the ball to Diggs that entire first half. Yeah, after, everybody's probably seen the clip right now of McDermott and Diggs kind of having a very casual and what seemed a very, politeful conversation. I actually pulled out my phone and live bet Stephon Diggs at that moment at plus 165 to catch a touchdown. I said, all right, Diggs just went up to the head coach and said, look, dude, I'm not getting any of the ball. Can I catch one? I had to pull up my phone and live bet him to get a touchdown. Are you kidding me? And that's how the first half ended, with Stephon Diggs catching a touchdown. So, yeah, that also didn't help. The fact that getting over that is they ignored Diggs for 29 minutes in that game. We had England halftime, full-time. You also took the -1. Love to see that, Thad. You're waking up to some money in your pocket. Absolutely love to see that. We got a Netherlands and Wales parlay. I'm not betting Wales until I see United States and Wales line up. So that lineup will drop at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys are interested in talking about that game, come out, hang out on my YouTube channel with Matt and myself. We'll break down that game, but I'm not interested in getting in a bet on that match pre-match. I got to see lineups and formations and what happens. But good luck, Al. I obviously like the Netherlands piece. I certainly like the Netherlands piece. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waking up to a winner. Love to see that. Leaning USA to tie. I would lean maybe a USA draw no bet. I would lean under 2.5 pre-lineup, something along those lines. Certainly like Netherlands on the money line. I've got Senegal to not even score. Louis Van Gaal did me a solid. He's starting 3 center backs. Love Louis Van Gaal. Appreciate you, Louis. It's Bale's last cup. He's not losing to the United States. Yes, it's his last cup. This is a guy that in the MLS came off the bench in the MLS final. Let's not make it sound like Bale's this outstanding player. Bale can't even start in the MLS final. Bale's kind of washed. So we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does today. Was watching England this morning, 1-0, go to the bathroom, came out 3-0. Yeah, it was the goals just kept coming. I just kept live betting the shit out of it. I just kept betting it. Yeah, I like that one too. Like I said, under, both teams will score. No, like it. How often do soccer matches have 0 corners? Ecuador got 2 corners. I thought Ecuador got 2 corners. I thought I saw, because I was actually talking with somebody on betting them. I think Ecuador got 2 corners yesterday. Let me look. Pretty sure because I was following that closely. I didn't end up betting it, but a buddy of mine, we were kind of going back and forth on that. There were 2 corners in that. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Whenever the internet wants to be cool. Yeah, they got 3 corners and Qatar got 1. There were 4 corners. There were a few. There were 4 total. My buddy cashed it. We talked about it. I didn't end up placing the bet. My buddy did, and he got a cash. All right, cool. A couple programming notes here on today's show. I already mentioned going live today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Break down that United States versus Wales match. As soon as lineups drop, we'll be live at that exact moment at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So come on back to this YouTube channel. What about tomorrow's morning show? Will not happen. I've mentioned it a few times that we're moving, getting a house that we're renovating. Well, we got to go to one of these studios and pick out a bunch of crap and be bored and just miserable all of tomorrow morning. So whenever I get home, I assume it'll be around lunchtime. Around lunchtime is when we'll jump on here, kind of do the daily show. Obviously, we'll be giving out all the bets tomorrow via Twitter. So make sure you give me a follow on Twitter if you want the best lines and best odds. Otherwise, we'll see each other around noon. And then, of course, also tomorrow we have another World Cup preview show at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. At 4 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, we'll be previewing the 4 matches on Wednesday. So that's what we'll do on Tuesday's preview show, is preview the matches on Wednesday. So, all right, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Let's go ahead and start throwing up some bets here on today's screen. You guys already know the NBA teasers we're going to go ahead and roll with. Let me just tell you what I've got each game scored at, as again, I've heard from you guys that is extremely helpful. Heat Warriors, I've got it at, and of course, these are tease lines, so we're going to be way over, but I got it at 225. Warriors Pelicans, I got it at 230. Jazz Clippers, I got it at 220. And Hawks Cavs, I got it at 227. So that's how we'll roll. And each of those teasers is 3 units. So we'll put 3 units on each of those teasers again. See if we can keep staying hot on those just like we did last week. We're going to go ahead and at least get in 1 player prop. I've got my eye on 2 more. I'll let you know who those 2 guys are. But just typical NBA and injury news always comes out late. Some of these props also come out late. But one that we do like there is Josh Giddey. They're the Oklahoma Thunder to have over 1.5 made 3-pointers at plus 150. Boy, the Knicks are terrible at defending the shooting guard from a 3-point standpoint. They allow 3.8 to be made per game. In the last 2 weeks, it's gotten better in terms of, what we're betting, because now they're allowing 4.0 made 3-pointers per game to the shooting guard. These Thunder just went up against the Knicks not too long ago on November 13th. He went 2 for 3. Went 2 for 3 and got a good catch. So plus 150 with, what the Knicks struggle against a shooting guard. Already got a cash this season, going 2 for 3. This guy's going to be feeling it on the home court. I think he's going to go over 1.5 made 3-pointers. So we'll bet it at plus 150 over at PointsBet. The other 2 guys I'm keeping an eye on and waiting to see what the numbers come in at is Mitchell Robinson. They're of the New York Knicks. I'm looking to do him from a rebounding standpoint. So Mitchell Robinson from a rebounding standpoint. And then Ivica Zubac, the center there for the Clippers, looking to do him points and rebounds there for Ivica Zubac. So we'll just kind of keep our eye on those and kind of see what the numbers come in at. So again, just make sure you're following me on Twitter. Let's talk about this 49ers versus Cardinals game. A little undecided on what we're going to do here with this game. I may not even bet it, to be quite honest. Cardinals, I think one of the best angles could be the Cardinals in terms of defending the wide receiver position are 10th best in the NBA, but they're 2nd worst versus the tight end. So you would think George Kittle. George Kittle's going to have a good day. Go look at his game log. He getting no targets. He got 2 targets last week. They're not even throwing the ball to Kittle. So maybe they do because they're going to look at the stats like I do and say, okay, the Cardinals defend the wide receivers pretty good, but boy, do they suck against the tight end. So maybe we'll go ahead and use Kittle. But the fact is, they traded for McCaffrey. They've got a great running game. This spread is -10. That scares the little crap out of me that the game will get out of hand from the Cardinals. They're starting to back up quarterback in Colt McCoy as Kyler Murray's still out. So with the potential for a blowout, Kittle's usage this season has been a little weird looking at his game log. I think it's an angle you can attack, but as of right now, guys, I can't quite jump on the 49ers Cardinals betting it yet. So, and I don't want to fade the Cardinals. I hate fading, the home team. Their team total I think is 15.5 points. I don't know if I can quite get there, but yeah, I expect the 49ers to win. I think maybe the best angle, and maybe we'll do it later, is do a teaser, right? We'll tease the Niners down. Maybe get their spread down to 2.5 or 3.5. and then maybe bring the points up and maybe still take the under. I think maybe that could be the best route. So, all right, just want to let you guys know from at least from a stats perspective, I do think the best angle, though, could be George Kittle from a receiving standpoint if you want to go ahead and put yourself through that. Let's go ahead and throw up a couple more soccer bets. We've got one new bet. I do want to go ahead and obviously throw them all up in case you missed Friday's show, but we talked about Uruguay money line versus South Korea at -122. We've talked about Argentina. This game is tomorrow morning. I'm so upset about this game. It's at 4 in the morning. My kids have the worst sleep schedule. They're pissing in the bed or just can't sleep, and I'm up all through the night. Can they do that to me tonight so I can live bet the over in this Argentina game? Like, can I get a bad night's sleep tonight? Argentina's at 4 a.m. I think they're going to absolutely crush Saudi Arabia. We've got their team total over 2.5. That sucker is going to go way over. And you saw it in this England game. I interacted with the fellow there on Twitter. He asked, because we were live betting the over in the first half, he said, should we do the same thing in the second half? Yeah. Yes, you can. These guys, these players don't play, together that often. They want to win the World Cup. They got to keep working on their chemistry, working on their form. This is not just back off in the second half. And it sure is like back off the second half. When the subs come on, they want to be starters. So earlier on this tournament, you can keep hammering the over because more the lack of chemistry that these big boy clubs like Argentina, they want to keep making sure they're firing. So, all right, let's see how my son sleeps tonight. Maybe I can be awake and I can live bet that over. But if not, I expect us to cash that over 2.5 at good plus money. Belgium versus Canada over 2.5 goals at -129. If you want to tack on it, both teams to score, I can't be mad. Boy, Belgium's defense is looking terrible this World Cup in terms of the squad members. Haven't seen it in action, but on paper, it looks like they're certainly going to concede goals. At -129, I left off the both teams to score. I was happy because Belgium could certainly get over 2.5 in their own right. So, all right, we'll go ahead and roll with over 2.5. Then the new bet, of course, it's a new bet because I'm giving you the sports book. France win to 0 against Australia on, I think it's Wednesday. Australia's going to be really bad. They're relying on a 19-year-old kid to be one of their main goal scorers. Nah, it's not going to happen against France. So I'll go ahead and take a France win to 0 at -111. All right, that's how we're doing it today. Let's jump back on into this comment section. Let's have a great day. That actually is the last comments. Brian chumming in with let's have a great day. As Brian's already knows, we've already cashed that England first half money line. So we are well on our way to have a great day. Let's see if we can't keep it going. We do have, actually I don't have it here on the screen. We do have Senegal not to score at +105. Senegal not to score at +105. That game kicks off in 10 minutes. You look at the lineups there. I mentioned Van Gaal did us a solid by starting 3 center backs. That game breeds an under. Maybe you do under 2.5, but I'll just go ahead and say Senegal doesn't score. Obviously, no Mane. They still do have Sarr on the pitch, but with Ake right there and Virgil and Delete, I just can't see Senegal scoring. So I love our bet. Love the lineup that Louis Van Gaal threw out there for us. That game, again, starts in about 10 minutes. So, all right, fellas, that's how we're rolling. As Brian says, let's go ahead and have a great day. Thank you guys so much for going ahead and kicking off another morning with me here. Again, we will not be with you guys tomorrow morning. We'll do it sometime around lunchtime. So we'll do a nice little lunchtime hang tomorrow. All right, guys, let's come back at 1 p.m. Eastern time. 1 p.m. Eastern time, United States taking on Wales, kicking off the 2022 World Cup. Can they get the 3 points? Come on, United States. Get the 3 points. Let's bring it home, baby. All right, fellas, enjoy your day. We'll see you guys a little bit later on.